Hi friends, this is part 2 of the important points related to cardiovascular system. Here is the 11th point. LV dysfunction can be identified in echocardiography. An echocardiogram, cardiac echo, or simply an echo is an ultrasound of the heart. Echocardiography is the test that uses sound waves to produce live images of the heart. And the echocardiogram, the image is called an echocardiogram, which is obtained after an echocardiography. So move on to the next point. Absence of QRS complex in ECG indicates ventricular fibrillation. See this ECG, there is no QRS complex which indicate ventricular fibrillation. Defibrillation with an AED and CPR is the immediate treatment of VF. Long-term therapy includes implantable defibrillators and medications to prevent reoccurrence. Point number 13. Tall T-wave, widened QRS complex, prolonged PR interval, flat P waves, which indicates hyperkalemia. In this ECG, we can see the T wave is tall and peaked, and there is a depressed ST segment, and the QRS complex is widened, and the PR interval is prolonged. The normal range of serum potassium in blood is 3.5 to 5.5 milliequivalent per liter. That means if it is greater than 5.5, that indicates hyperkalemia, and if it is less than 3.5, it indicates hypokalemia. Point number 14. Firing of SA node is 50 to 60 beats per minute. Before moving to the point, we should learn the cardiac conduction system. That it is a collection of nodes and specialized conduction cells that initiate and coordinate contraction of the heart muscle. And it consists of SA node, AV node, atrioventricular bundle or bundle of Hicks, and the Purkinje fibers. The sequence of electrical events during one full contraction of the heart muscle are an excitation signal or an action potential is created by the SA node. From there, the wave of excitation spreads across the atria, causing them to contract. Upon reaching the atrioventricular node, the signal is delayed. It is then conducted into the bundle of Hicks down the interventricular septum. The bundle of Hicks and the Purkinje fibers spread the wave impulse along the ventricles, as causing them to contract. So friends, the rate at which the SA node generates impulses is influenced by the autonomic nervous system, that is sympathetic nervous system, which increases fire rate of the SA node and thus increases heart rate, and parasympathetic nervous system, which decreases rate of the SA node and thus decreases heart rate. And friends, SA node is located in the upper wall of the right atrium, or at the junction where the superior vena cava enters. SA node is considered as the pacemaker of the heart. The AV node located within the atrioventricular septum near the opening of the coronary sinus. Point number 15. Fire rate of AV node 40 to 60 beats per minute. Point number 16. Fire rate of ventricle 30 to 40 beats per minute. Point number 17. Specialized nerve cell in the aortic arch, baroreceptors. Baroreceptors are mechanoreceptors located in the carotid sinus and in the aortic arch. Their function is to sense pressure changes by responding to change in the tension of the arterial wall. The baroreflex mechanism is a fast response to changes in blood pressure. Point number 18. The percentage of end diastolic blood volume ejected from the ventricle with each heartbeat is called ejection fraction. That means an ejection fraction of 60% is that 60% of the total amount of blood in the left ventricle is pushed out with each heartbeat. So friends, the normal ejection fraction is 55% to 70%. Point number 90. Difference between apical pulse and radial pulse. Pulse deficit. The apical pulse rate will never be lower than the peripheral pulse rate. The resulting number is the pulse deficit. Normally, the two numbers would be the same, resulting in a difference of 0. However, when there is a difference, it is called pulse deficit. Point number 20. Trendelenburg test is used for assessing hip dysfunction. A positive Trendelenburg test usually indicates weakness in the hip abductor muscles like gluteus medius and gluteus minimus. It is also carried out as a part of a physical examination to determine the competency of the valves in the superficial and deep veins of the legs in patients with varicose veins. Friends, this is the end of this section. I will be back with a new video with an interesting topic.